Well, here we are again, viewers, to critique the game, Chelsea versus Mornington down at Mornington. But firstly, we'll just have a look at headline, just a recent headline of last year before.
18 months ago?
18 months ago. Barry picks his team of the 1960s, referring to the Wimmera League of the 60s. Still making headlines after almost 40 years. There we go.
Picked my own side, that was my own side.
Didn't have any help picking that side?
No, I
picked it all by yourself.
And I'm vice captain too, which is a bit of something different.
There we go. So that's actually, there's a video of that, isn't there?
There's a video on the YouTube, the whole...
who's in there, the reasons why,
I tell them all about the players and why they were picked and why they wasn't picked, and it sold an extra 500 copies, that paper 18 months ago. So they tell the Wimmera Mail Times. It's true.
Yep. That's right, there was a lot of chit-chat about it at the time. Now let's get stuck into this game, Mornington versus Chelsea. You drove all the way down, your car made it?
27 minutes 27 minutes down there.
Very good. Too bad. Excellent. So just tell us about the ground, the conditions.
The ground was in pretty good nick, a little bit damp. I say the wind advantage to the opposite end of the scoreboard was probably about 3 or 4 goals.
A bit of a wind then?
Bit of a breeze, but I must say, Colin, the under-18s beat Mornington, who were undefeated.
Oh, boy, that's exciting.
And the second one, but the under-18, that's unbelievable.
So those games started earlier in the day, obviously.
First, the second game, and the second's won by 5 goals, but to beat the top unbeaten under-18 side down there, Colin, is unbelievable.
Very good, okay.
Good start.
Now, were there any changes to Chelsea's side? 4
important changes. 4 or 5 was out too. There's Jason Hodge as they're walking in the ground. I seen him walking up the street with his arm in plaster, so it wouldn't have been too happy.
Shocking.
Broken bone in his wrist. Carmody, broken bone in his wrist too. Toddy Gardner, Robbie Lancaster and Truey got the flick, and in came was Stewart, Lewis, Powell and Talker.
Okay, so some key players there.
Very key players.
Particularly Lewis, the captain.
Powell, the captain of course, and Stewie, and then it was not good aside.
Okay, so let's get into the first quarter. What happened there?
It was a very scrappy first quarter.
I'll give the scores at the first quarter. 8-8 Chelsea to 2 goals a zip.
Should have been about 13 or 14 goals in the first quarter. We kicked 8 goals. I think Chrissy Warner kicked about 4 points straight. But they, the first 10 minutes was pretty ordinary football. They just started to get going in the last part of the first quarter, and they kicked 8 goals, but not a bad start.
Okay, very good. So by half time, Chelsea, it was a sort of an even half, wasn't it? The second half, 12 goals 15 to 5 goals 4.
Well, they kicked 4-7, Colin.
That's a bit scrappy.
4-7, that's disgusting.
Was it the wind?
No, just bad kick, and even Luke Damon, he's deadly accurate in front of goal. He kicked up 2 or 3 behinds, but no, I'll tell you, it was playing well at the time. Powell was unbelievable in the second quarter. He had actually 12 possessions in the second quarter.
Well, that's pretty good.
Louis, Harrison, McLeod and Stewart. Stewart was holding the back line together too. Stewart played a good game.
Okay, so that leads us into the second half.
I beg your pardon.
Okay, tell us.
I must mention Talker's
special mention.
The first goal he kicked, Colin, was about 60 metres out on the far side of the ground, on the wrong side of his wrong foot, through the middle, mate.
Wow.
He kicked 3 goals. That was the goal of the day.
So really, by the third quarter, Chelsea kicked ahead, 18 goals 17, bit of a more accurate quarter, to 7 goals 5.
Well, and Chrissy Warren started taking some grabs too, and his kicking was atrocious. I mean, if he would have converted most of them, he should have kicked about 12 or 13 goals on Saturday, Colin.
Yep.
12 or 13, he's kicked. But anyway, who else was playing? McLeod was playing well. He was actually dominating in the second half. Powell was playing well too. Harrison, little Langers popping in there. He's a tough little fellow, very good footballer. But they, Chrissy Warner started kicking goals, and he finished up with about 6 goals, but about 8 behinds gone. But he was taking some very good grabs, and he just wasn't converting.
So another good last quarter, 24-21 to 12-9.
Well, actually, it wasn't a good quarter at all, Colin.
165 to 81. That seems like a good game to me.
Yeah, but they kicked 5 goals in a lap. They outscored us.
Oh, okay.
What's the score?
Yeah, that's right. No, they've kicked 6 goals to 5.
We've kicked 6 goals and they kicked 5. Well, we should have held them to... but to win by...
Should have been a percentage booster.
Well, was 14, a bit over 14 goals, which is a pretty good win at the finish, but it should have won me 20 goals,
Okay.
at least.
What went wrong for a game that went so right? What was the main problem?
Well, I'll tell you one thing about the Endeavour was pretty good, Colin. They're when they get going, Chelsea, when they get their play-on game going, they're fantastic. They're pretty hard to beat, but they're sort of playing spasms, and plus they're not...
Was it the handballing?
No, just mainly the bad kicking, Colin.
Bad kicking.
Bad kicking is bad football.
Too many mistakes kicking, but a good win, but could have been better. Now, let's get on to the goal kickers. There was a few of them, I imagine.
Well, I'll just read them out here. Chrissy Warner kicked 6-8, I think it was, 6-8 or 6-7. Talker kicked 3. He kicked another 2 goals. He kicked 3 very good goals, Talker. McLeod kicked 2. Irish kicked 2. Stoker kicked 2. And there's a couple of none of them single goal kicks. You leave them out. But Power kicked 1, and it was a pretty...
7 single goal kickers, so there we go.
Pretty well spread out the goal kicking, which is not a bad sign either.
Okay. Just tell us about your group of best players then.
Not in order again, Colin. I'll just mention them all. There's Harrison, Lewis, Stewart, Maggs, Biaggi, Civi's put in he played a very good game, Civi. Rory Gregg and the two ruckman, Rory Gregg and Johnson, battle hard all day, as a matter of fact. They played very well.
Okay, so you got a few good players there.
There's a lot of good players.
Now, just before we go to the votes, you got to hear what were your comments on the coach?
Well, another great effort, Colin. For a side to get beaten by 100 points a week before, to get them up, you wouldn't have thought they wouldn't have played. They didn't play like they played last week. You got them up, and got them up fine quick.
So it was a disappointing week last week, and sometimes it's...
Well, he kept mentioning a couple of times in his quarter time and half time speeches. He said that you got that 7 days ago. You just got to get that out your brain, and which they did, and they sort of...
Maybe keeping on mentioning it wasn't a good thing if they wanted to get it out of their brain.
Well, but the way he was talking about it was sort of... His voice was more louder, and got the message through. Get it, go on that week, which was.
So, straight into the votes. One vote.
Well, there's something different this week. I split the one vote between 2 players, which is a bit awkward to have a half a vote each, but Ryan Stewart and Chrissy Warner for his 6 or 7 goals. 2 votes goes to Scotty McLeod, who played a brilliant game, especially in the last quarter with about 25 possessions. And 3 votes to the little man, Jackson Powell. 3 votes. He had about 26, 27 possessions, but he had 12 in the second quarter. Okay,
Jackson Powell. Okay, well, tell us any highlights.
There's a lot of highlights, Colin. I'll tell you, one of the good third quarter highlight was Aaron Shedlock's mark of the day, mate. Again, nearly took up went about 50 feet in the air, nearly broke his neck coming down. He knocked himself out, but
Barry Peatling mark of the day.
That was one of my... I used to take a few of them too, Colin, as a matter of fact, many years ago. But he got up all right. Chrissy Warner's he took some unbelievable marks after half time. He's just starting to stick. I reckon next week he'll probably kick 8.
But you only gave him half a vote, is that right?
Well, his kicks, if he were... It could have...
Sounds like a guy 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 goals.
He should have kicked at least 11, because some of the goals he was missing, he was kicking them with his eyes closed last year.
Okay.
And now 30 or 40, mate, meters out, Colin.
So he was like... okay.
Another 2 or 3
might be a
goals.
bit of tall poppy syndrome there.
No, he'll be right next week.
Okay.
Now
let's get on to the umpires. Why do you want to talk about
the umpires? Well, I'm gonna check them out from now on. I reckon over the whole day, I reckon we would have lucky to get 7 or 8 free kicks. They would have got about 25, 26.
So they're trying to evening the competition up.
I'm going to do it next from now on. I'm going to write little things down. Umpire one Chelsea or whatever, or Pines, but we never got any free kicks going. Okay.
Well, thanks for you just reviewing that game for us. Now, just makes Chelsea second position on the ladder. Who's first?
YCW is about a lap in front. We're second, I think. Seaford.
What happened with Frankston YCW?
They just got home by 100 points again. They beat EDS.
Easy. So they seem like they're
unreal, Colin.
Okay, so they're a couple of yards ahead of everyone else.
About half a lap.
Okay. Well, what about next week then?
Before you go there, next week, must mention about Tyler Irish. He kicked 2 little sneaky goals on Saturday.
Oh, that was good.
Special
mention.
He's a good mate of mine, Tyler Irish. He played all right too. I reckon he'll hold his spot next week.
Okay, very good. Next week?
playing the Pines. They just got beaten by a couple of goals by Coringles. So I reckon Coringles are a pretty good side. Unless I don't think they would have had Brendan Lady last week because Rich was playing on Saturday night. See? And
so Pines is going to be here at right here, Chelsea.
Could be hope it's a nice day. And
should we encourage the viewers to come along?
Well, I would say so. Get over there.
And if anyone sees Barry in the crowd, just let him know that you are watching the YouTube video.
Well, you can come out and say
you can recognise him. He
own
looks
opinion.
exactly the same
You can have your
as
own
he does in the
opinion.
videos.
That was the wrong best player. I thought, well, everyone's got their own idea for best player.
Let Barry know what's wrong and what's right with his videos.
Well, that's right. I'm open to always open to. So we're not criticism.
And you're looking for an assistant too, aren't you? To anyone who can. You can keep an eye on free kicks and that sort of thing.
Oh, I can do that. I can do that.
No, but you can't do it all.
Of course I can.
Anyway, that's goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me, and see you next week at the same time and same station.